The countdown has begun, ladies and gentlemen. Quantic.SaSe going to be going against Forsen one more time. A three-way tiebreak in Group G. Who's going to come out on top? The loser is going to be playing TSL Hyun for seed number 2. Let's find out and get into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you thought the group stages were over. So did I for a moment, but no, they are not. Spawning over here in the bottom left corner of Daybreak. Guys, this is going to be the first of 2 matches to determine the seeds for the round of 16. It is, in fact, a tiebreaker. As the Red Protoss, we have Team Quantic.SaSe. And over here in the top right corner, we have our blue Zerg. Now, previously in group play, I believe he beat SaSe 2-0. He's got to be feeling pretty confident, but he has to beat him again if he wants to be advancing to the round of 16. Let's find out if he's able to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Forsen. So, wow, these tiebreaker games are absolutely insane. This was not something I was expecting at all. I do not know which one of these amazing players is going to be going through to the round of 16. One of them will here, and of course both of them can still go through if the person who loses this game ends up beating TSL Hyun. I don't know if these are just single game tiebreakers or best of 3s, but I was under the impression that they are actually single game. So we're going to run under the assumption that these are going to be all important for both of these players. Let's find out how they do against each other right now. Sporting pool also going down now for Forsen. So he's going to be getting Lings out on the map early, nice and early, to grab that map control at the watchtowers, and also to make sure these annoying probes can't deny expansions. That expansion, no doubt, will be heading down at some point very, very soon indeed. Meanwhile, in the base of SaSe, we have the pylon on the low ground and the forge coming out as well. So SaSe is going to be going for the favorite build of Forge Fast Expand on this map. Things are looking pretty rosy for him, and we're going to be getting into a pretty standard ZVP macro game. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely insane. I cannot believe we still get more games. That does mean, by the way, guys, that the round of 16 at this Dreamhack EIZO Open is definitely going to be delayed by a little bit. Make no mistake, there is no way we'll be able to play these games on time if there's a tie break in these rounds. Technically, they're supposed to start in 23 minutes, unless these games end up finishing very, very quickly indeed. I suspect the round of 16 will be delayed, probably by no more than half an hour, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Oh, nice! Blocks the pylon as well with the drone, and very, very nice stuff coming out there. SaSe unable to plant that pylon down, and Forsen going to be able to get the 3rd hatchery up. He must be feeling very confident right now. Excellent work there by those Zerglings and that drone. And now the photon cannon going to be going up in the natural to try and stop any Zergling run-bys into here. He should be fine. It doesn't look like Forsen's going to be particularly aggressive anytime soon. Just going to be doing a bit of scouting around the map, looking for those forward pylons. There aren't actually any on the map at present. The probe did actually get shot down. And both sides just going to be playing their normal game while we macro up and see what tech paths they do choose. Overlord now going to be potting into the natural. Just see exactly what's going down. Cybernetics forming part of this wall-off. A little bit different to how he played against Hyun, remember, when he wanted to play anti-cheese in game number 2 and put the forge in his main base. So SaSe really knows what he's doing with these builds and his building placement here, as probes now getting transferred to the natural as well. 3rd base now up for Forsen, and very soon the natural will also be up for him. No gas being taken yet by our Zerg player, but we have got double gas now being mined in the main base of SaSe as he continues to tech up. This Overlord sees everything that SaSe is doing in the natural at the moment, so it's a question of where SaSe chooses to place his tech. It'll probably end up being in the main base, but maybe not before this Stalker gets out and tries to take this Overlord apart. And I think this Overlord knows that its time in the base is very much limited, and he's going to try and skedaddle off to the side of the base here, not wanting to get taken out. Alright, meanwhile the gas is now being taken for Forsen at the 42 supply mark. We have both gases being taken in the main base, and nothing being taken in the natural or the 3rd at this present time. Queen's going to be continuously injecting these hatcheries. Let's take a look what else is going on here. We have the Forge researching +1 here. So SaSe might be going for a little bit of a timing, and it looks like the photon cannon really disliking neutral supply depots today. We're going to be taking that out in just a moment. Terran buildings are not allowed in the Protoss camp. And what kind of tech are we going to see him going for? We do actually have a robotics facility now going to be going down right next to that now demolished supply depot. And let's wait and see how many gateways he chooses to go off of this. Will he be getting a Twilight Council? Will we even be seeing a fast robotics bay in order for those one base Colossi to pop out? Sorry, early Colossi rather than one base Colossi. Of course, he's already on 2 bases. Let's wait and see. This Stalker doing an awful lot of harassment damage at the moment. And actually, one of the drones getting picked off there. And the Queen, dangerously low on health. Is the Stalker going to focus it? No, he's actually going to be focusing the drone. Getting another drone kill. But, oh, nice surround by those Zerglings. He's going to just about be able to take this out. So close here. And there we go. SaSe's Stalker finally does go down. What a hero Stalker that was indeed as well. A nice bit of high ground here in the natural expansion of SaSe for Forsen to place an Overlord over, as we do now see a Warp Prism going to be popping up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a second gateway and a robotics bay, a second gateway and a third gateway and a fourth gateway going down. So we are going to be seeing, I think, it's going to be a Warp Prism 4 gate, which is going to be very, very quickly followed up by immediate Colossus production to follow it up. What that means, that indicates to me that SaSe is not looking to end the game. He just wants to do a really strong bit of harass with this Warp Prism 4 gate. And once that's done, as these sentries appear to be following one of those drones mining at there, he's being bodyguarded all the way, and we have got the Warp Prism now moving out of the base. But Forsen has seen it with this Overlord. Did he notice it? It went past his mini-up just for a split second, and yes, he's moving units into the main. He knows what's coming now, and Colossus production should be beginning soon as this 4 gate basically doesn't work, I'm afraid, for SaSe, and the Zerglings meeting the Warp Prism immediately mid-stride, and the Queen now attacking it as well. And SaSe knows that this Warp Prism 4 gate is not going to work. He's going to be starting up that Colossus production. We have a second robotics facility going to be producing Immortals as well, so Immortal Colossus going to be behind this, and this Warp Prism is going to have to be part of the push as opposed to part of harass as it currently stands. Meanwhile, in the third base, what have we got going for Forsen here? We do see a couple of Spore Crawlers going down in case there's any sort of Stargate harass, but I don't actually think that's going to be possible. No DTs out as well. We don't even have a Twilight Council yet, I believe, for Quantic.SaSe, although it is in production over here in the natural, and we now have a Spire going down for Forsen as well. Whereabouts is that Spire located? It is located, there we go, in the natural expansion. It's very difficult to spot when they're building spires. Just a nice little building tucked away there. You never know. And it's so easy to miss. Immortal now coming out towards the front of the base. 2 Immortals and a healthy number of Colossi, I believe, are going to be pumped out of these robotics facilities at some point very soon. And I think SaSe is going to be going for some sort of timing off of this. Warp Prism now going to be poking around, seeing what he can do in the third base. And the answer is, well, lots of roaches, probably nothing. Unfortunately, Forsen has all his bases completely covered at the moment. He is actually ahead by 50 supply. Oh my goodness, why did... Oh wow, taking out that Creep Tumor with those Zealots and then putting them back into the Warp Prism. I don't know if you guys saw that. Totally worth losing a Zealot to see. That was amazing micro there from SaSe, seeing the Creep Tumor get put down, unloading both Zealots, attacking the Creep Tumor, and not leaving them there to die. This Zealot is very much on red health, but still managing to pick it up. Excellent micro there, coming out from Team Quantic.SaSe. Beautiful to watch, as the third base now gets saturated. Got some sentries and Immortals in the mineral line to try and defend it, and a photon cannon going up as well. But it looks like Forsen has decided now might be the time to attack. Roach is a pretty good unit, or so he thinks. We have an awful lot of them in this army composition with a couple of links to reinforce. He is now at the forward watchtower, and SaSe knows this. He's going to be moving towards his third base to try and defend it. Excellent positioning there from SaSe, knowing where Forsen is going to be attacking. And here we go. Forsen is doing a pretty good job actually of segregating those roaches, but there is a little bit of a gap up top the roaches can use. It looks like Forsen is actually going to be forced to pull back forward. Now he has reinforcements coming in. He's going to be trying to move into the natural. Some Ling's going to be scouting this out, but it looks like there are Stalkers already there. And will Forsen go another side? We'll have to wait and see. He is regathering his forces at this forward watchtower, and he has a lot of Corruptors with this army as well. So these Colossi aren't going to be able to do too much damage to from SaSe. Let's take a look at what is on the field. In fact, he has no Colossi on the field at the moment, so he's only got Immortals. These Corruptors are effectively useless then because of that. Very, very well done by SaSe. He is so many Immortals right now. 7 Immortals should be able to drive these roaches away, because sadly these Corruptors are not doing very much at all. Really, he needs them to be Broodlords if he wants this to be particularly effective, because there are no Colossi in this army composition. And SaSe, out-predicting the army composition from Forsen, deciding to cease Colossus production and going for super-duper Immortal play, and that's going to prove to be very, very useful indeed. But we do have 10 Hydralisks and Group Spines coming out from Forsen. Hydralisks are, of course, very, very squishy, but crucially, they outrange Immortals. So if, for some reason, he's able to sit around in the back and hit the Immortals without the Hydras, ouch, being taken out there, that means that Forsen will have an advantage, but he has to get a really good position on the army. He now has a lot of roaches against this army, but so many Immortals in the back, doing so much damage, just completely melting these roaches away. Where are the Hydras? There are only a couple of them here with this army at the moment, and I think Forsen is spread out maybe a little bit thin. SaSe is going to be able to destroy this ground army, and GG coming out from Forsen. SaSe is going to win game number 1, and that's going to be a massive relief to him, considering that Forsen 2-0'd him in the group stages previously. Guys, I'm going to find out if there's going to be a game number 2, or if that means SaSe is now through as the top seed, and Forsen is going to be playing TSL Hyun. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back after this commercial break.